So with that, let me invite Mr. Erik. He's a highly reputed and respected person, and having his own small profile says he's a former South UN Environment Executive Director and Under Secretary General and of United Nations, and Norway's Minister for Environment and International Development.
Thank you so much, and good evening, India. Namaste to all of you. It's my pleasure to speak today. It has been a most difficult time for India and the world, a lot of pain, and I hope that not too many of you have lost loved ones during this horrible time. But I will give you a very optimistic perspective, because even if times have been very difficult, we now have the best chance ever in human history to get it right. And it's every reason to believe that the way out of the COVID pandemic will be a good one for humanity. And the reason is very simple. For the first time in human history, a new development model is possible. The old model was first we pollute, and when we become rich, we start cleaning up. Clearly that was not sustainable, but the good news is that was the 19th and the 20th century. The 21st century is about the win-win models, how we can create policies which are good for jobs and prosperity, good for health and people's lives, and good for jobs, and good for environment and Mother Earth at the same time. Triple wins. And we see this happening now all over the planet. I mean, let me take the four main economic areas. China, by far the biggest solar provider in the world, by far the biggest on wind. 99% of all electric buses in the world are in China. There are more electric buses in Shenzhen alone, the one city, than in the rest of the world outside China combined. China has 70% of all high-speed rail, all developed after Beijing Olympics in 2008. So whatever technology you want to mention, China is in the lead. And when President Xi Jinping promised that China will be carbon neutral by 2060, he sent an enormous signal to all Chinese provinces, cities, and companies. It's time for the shift. And it's happened at rapid speed. And we in the West and people in India really need to get up early in the morning to compete with the Chinese on the green change. Then in the United States of America, President Biden is now investing in some green infrastructure packages, which are the greenest policies ever in the history of the United States. He has promised $2,000 billion for the green shift. He has said that he will make more charging stations for electrical vehicles in the US than there currently stations. And whoever has visited the United States has seen that there is plenty of petrol stations today. There will be 4 times more charging stations for electrical vehicles. In Europe, the European Union is working very hard on the Green New Deal and driving all investments in a green direction. As an example, Volkswagen, the biggest car company in Europe, one of the biggest in the world, just said, the debate is over. We won't spend 1 calorie any longer on the engine based on the gasoline. We will go all out electric, and within a few years we will have 20 to 30 electric vehicles, and expect to be all electric in a few years' time. And in India, India is a global leader on solar energy. Solar energy in India today is the cheapest energy which has ever existed on planet Earth at any time, at any place. And India has developed the first all-solar rail station in the world in Assam, first all-solar airport in the world in Kochi, Kerala, and the New Delhi metro will soon be powered by solar energy from Madhya Pradesh. And when you add up all these actions by China, United States, Europe, and India, it's a shift, because we can now make one policy, ecology and economy come together, and many of the global companies are in the forefront of this shift. What will it mean for India? It will mean to put every coal plant into the shelves, and Prime Minister Modi is doing that more and more, and to invest heavily in, and it's happening. 3 out of the 5 biggest concentrated solar plants in the world are in India. It will mean to see ecotourism as a huge driver of growth and jobs. Tourism is the biggest job creator on planet Earth. 130 million Chinese were traveling abroad last year before the COVID, and many more will travel in the future. And India can get jobs from Americans, European, and Chinese, but for sure also for Indians doing domestic tourism in India, and protecting nature is key to that. It's very good news that the number of tigers is now gradually increasing in India. Nepal is the first nation in the world which has doubled its tiger population, and taking care of Mother Earth, seeing Mother Earth as our God, is key for this driving of jobs in ecotourism. Add on electrical vehicles today. Yes, nearly all buses are made in China, but India is big on electrical autos or three-wheelers, and India is growing big on two-wheelers, and very soon also India can be big on the four-wheelers and make the batteries, which will create any number of jobs in India when India make this transition. And the state of Andhra Pradesh is world leading in agriculture, which is non-emissions, non-fertilizer, creating more jobs, better revenue for the farmers, while at the same time taking much better care of the soil and of the agriculture. So there is no reason to be pessimist. There's every reason to be optimistic for the future. We have the biggest opportunity ever to get it right. This is a once-in-a-generation chance to make this happen, but it will only happen if we make this merger of economy and ecology into one for the triple win solutions. Thank you.